there, guys, it's Mia here, and I am so excited. I'm super excited about this live tonight. I've been looking forward to speaking with you and answering your questions. Tonight is a live Q&A, and what that means is that you're going to bring your burning questions, and I'm going to bring some sizzling answers. I'm so excited to be here. For those of you who are new to my lives, I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. I got started in my company over 18 years ago. And for those of you who are returning, I want to welcome you for coming back. I'm so excited to be here tonight. There's no other place that I'd rather be than being able to serve you tonight with the answers that you need or the questions that you have related to your life or your business. I don't get to do these enough, as I would love just to be able to do this all the time. But tonight, I'm so excited to be able to answer questions that you may have had in regards to growing your business at a high level. Now, for those of you who are ready for tonight, I'm telling you, strap in, right? Put your seatbelts on, because as always, I never hold back. I literally don't. My only goal is to support you 100% with tons and loads of value so that you leave here wiser, smarter, sharper than you started, right? And more informed, whatever it is. So I'm going to get started with my story, and then I'll open the floor for questions, and I'll share a little bit about the contest tonight, which is for those of you who have invited 3 or more individuals to join this live and they show up, I'll give them an opportunity to shout you out. And I'm going to choose one person. I've never done this before, ever. Okay. In almost 2 decades of business. And I'm going to choose one person that has been a go-giver that way. And that person is going to win a consult with me for 45 minutes. Can you imagine? Okay. So all you have to do is share and get your friends to come. And so I know that some of the questions that we were getting when I said I was going to do a live Q&A is like, Mia, does this have to only relate to business? It doesn't. You can ask questions related to your life, maybe making that transition for yourself. Setting a tall vision for yourself, or it can relate to business, anything, or maybe it's related to you don't have a product yet, or maybe it's that you've got a product or service and you need to up level it. You've got questions. Well, I've got answers, and I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm going to simply introduce myself as the room fills and just share my story with you. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, business and life coach. I got started in my company 18 years ago. And I, very much like you, had no idea how I was going to run a coaching and consulting business. I didn't know. My background's corporate training, and I had these really great systems in motherhood. And I wanted to figure out, how could I take what I had done professionally, working for a Fortune 100 company as a trainer, how could I take those skills and merge them with my soft skills, which was motherhood? And I thought for sure that could be a business, but I wasn't exactly sure how. So I want you to understand this. And I know many of the followers that I have understand this. You've heard the term, right? You've heard your gifts will make room for you. It's so true. The fact of the matter is, everywhere I went in the motherhood space, all of these moms would ask me over and over again, how is it that you always find time for your life? How is it that you're able to personally grow in your own life, while taking care of your spouse and taking care of your kids? You didn't sacrifice your own identity. I want to know how to do that. And I never necessarily thought that was a business, but I knew that I had gotten enough questions about it that I should consider looking at consulting moms in that way. And that's how I got started. I went to a small business resource center in my town, and the director of that small business resource center literally laughed at me. He laughed at my idea, mom coaching. He said, no one will ever pay you to coach moms. And my feelings were hurt. I was disappointed. And that happens for all of us, because if we believe that what someone else believes we're capable of, if we make that bigger than what we can see for ourselves, of course you're going to be disappointed. But I said that's not the truth, because this dream kept happening over and over again, and moms kept asking me over and over again for advice. So I kept looking for someone to help me, and I ended up going to a live event, and that live event changed my life. And it's a woman who I have coached with for the last 18 years. I've had the same coach, my primary coach, my main coach, mentor extraordinaire for me. I've worked with her for 18 years. And I hope that even as I share that story, it's a lesson for those of you who have been coach hopping back and forth. You need to find your mentor and you need to do what they say to completion, right? And then you'll see amazing results. But I went to her live event and it was the first time I ever saw someone doing what I wanted to do, doing what I wanted to do. And while I didn't want to do what she was doing, I wanted to do it my own way. And I leaned into her process and I had one huge problem. She was charging, this is 18 years ago, $1,000 an hour. And I didn't even know the first question to ask her how to start a coaching business. And I realized in order for me to learn what I did not know, I had to invest with someone who could teach me how to build the business that I desired. And so I did. I said yes. I said yes to myself. And the rest is history. I've had the opportunity to coach thousands, literally thousands of clients, literally all around the world, from the comfort of my home or anywhere that I am, because my business has given me not only it allows me to fulfill my purpose in serving people with my gifts, but it's given me the freedom to be able to run my company anywhere. And I had decided I wanted to build a business around my life and not the other way around. And I want to tell you this because I know you have a lot of choices, a lot of people you can mentor with. And I just want to make sure you're on the right, you're on the right channel, you're on the right page right now. I didn't want hustle and grind. That was not me. I wanted to build a business that would allow me to be free. And free for me meant that I would have the opportunity to choose how I spent my time. I wanted to be that mom that could show up at her kid's school. And hey, Kashawn, I wanted to be that mom that could show up at my children's school and volunteer as much as I wanted to. I'm that mom, right? I wanted to do that. And I knew I needed to have not only freedom, but I needed to have financial security to do this. Okay. And so I decided that I wanted to learn from a mentor who could teach me how to be free. And my motto has always been, Tina and Tammy, that if you're not free, you can't teach me. All right. And freedom for me meant that my mentors, I didn't want to work with someone who was just always hopping on a plane and going somewhere because I didn't want to earn my income that way. I wanted to be the mom that could be a part of their kids' world, Lois. That's what I wanted, right? That was my desire. And so I learned how to build this business. I've coached thousands of women literally all around the world. My clients call themselves giants, and I only work with giants because to change your life, you've got to be giant about that, not vacillating, not wishy-washy, not asking your spouse for permission to live your dream and invest in yourself. You got to be giant. And because I decided to be giant in my own life, it gave permission to other women for me to light their torch. And I will tell you the same is true for you. The reality is that because I built this business and I wanted freedom, when my husband developed kidney disease about 11 or 12 years ago. He went on dialysis. And one of the greatest blessings during that really tough time for me was, and for him, for my family, was that I was free so I could be there for him. Because of the way we had built our business, I could stand in the gap for my husband during a time when he needed me most. Okay. And I didn't have to ask my boss if I could get off or rush his care or be codependent on his income during a time when he really needed to rest. My husband later got a kidney transplant and he's doing amazing, in case you were wondering. And I just want to say this, that we were able during that time to hire for my husband a private physician so he could get elevated care. And I believe that's why he did amazingly well. So when I talk to you guys about building a business around freedom and time freedom and building a business where money is no longer a concern, I'm not talking to you about purses and cars and homes or vacations. I am talking to you about real things, because at the end of the day, what you live with and what you have to deal with are real things every single day. For those of you like me, maybe you want to give your kids a world-class education. My husband and I invested over $1 million just in elementary, middle, and high school. And I tell you this because if you build your business properly, you can give your kids the extraordinary, an education that less than 10% ever have the opportunity to experience. Those are the kind of gifts I wanted to give my kids. I wanted to give them the gift of time. Literally, my husband and I, at every single event, we're always the parents there, being able to travel the world. I love that being able to manifest this dream allowed me to be signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as the mom strategist. And I tell you this because I want you to know that it is possible. When I got started, I didn't have a product. I didn't have a clue about what I was going to offer, what my product was going to be. And I want you to understand with the right mentorship, you can absolutely know how to package what you're doing. I've also had the greatest opportunity to get signed to do corporate contracts with Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. After writing best-selling books and partnering with brands like Panera Bread or Great Harvest Bread Company, Corner Bakery Cafe, the Marriott Corporation, the Hyatt Regency. And I say this to you because maybe right now that's something you've thought of, like you want to work with a brand, not just as an ambassador, but as a partner, leveraging your intellect. Well, you're in the right place tonight, because tonight, I'm so fired up, okay? I'm going to be teaching tonight anything, all right? You can ask me everything, and I'm going to answer the question to the best of my ability, and my only goal is to move you forward. And as I mentioned, I just wanted to do a quick intro and give folks time to sign on. As I mentioned, there's not a question that's off the floor. I don't have the opportunity to do this a lot. I save my private consulting for my clients who are investors at a very high level in understanding techniques that work around how to package your knowledge at the highest level, how to price, to value what you know at the highest level, and to stop underselling what you're doing via blogging or podcasting or just giving things away or trading time for dollars or low consulting fees, $150 an hour, $250 an hour, $500 an hour. There's a better way, right, to run this business, to build a business that gives you time freedom. I teach my clients how to position themselves in the marketplace so that they're not competing with others on prices and discounting their services and devaluing their gifts, or building low ticket courses and starting membership sites that they're just giving away what they know, 20 years, 30 years of experience. So you're in the right place tonight. And lastly, I teach my clients equally how to find buyers, how to find investors, because investors want truth. They're looking for results. And if you already have been creating results for others, even if you haven't been getting paid for it, but because people call you, or at work, they say, man, I did what you said and it worked. If you do this on a consistent basis, one of the things that's missing is your monetization strategy around packaging what you do. And it's something that I love to support women with at a very high level, whether it's training, consulting, coaching, licensing, or something else, or monetizing something that you're already selling. That's what I'm into. And I'm happy to answer any questions that are on the floor tonight. All right. So that's a long introduction. That was a long introduction. I know. But there is a contest tonight for those of you who decided to play full out. And I challenged people who are on my list, if you invite 3 or more people to come to this live and they show up, and when I open the floor and say, who invited you here? And they say your name, the person has invited 3 or more, because to qualify, you have to have invited at least 3 people to come, 3 or more, and they shout you out, one person will win a consult with me for 45 minutes complimentary. Now, I'm going to tell you, I charge $8,000 for 1 hour of my time. So it's pretty valuable. And I encourage you to take an action. All right. And if no one does it, that's fine. I'm fine. And if someone does it, okay, Constance invited you here. Of course she did, because she's amazing. Okay. Constance is amazing. And she's created amazing results working with me. It's been an honor to be able to support her. She's an incredible giant. All right. So if you haven't taken a moment yet, because maybe you didn't know that you could invite 3 people to come, do it now. All right. Do it right now. Okay. Do it right now, which is my motto, right? Tina, you got to invite someone outside of yourself. but I like your creativity. I think it's amazing. Okay, so if you're ready, then I want you to say you're ready. I always think that you have to be ready for a powerful message. The way that this works tonight is you're going to write the questions and I'm going to bring the answers, okay? Now, I'm going to answer the questions that are on the floor. And I told you I'm not going to hold back, and I'm so excited to be here. And if there aren't any questions, okay, then if there are not any questions, then I'll sign off, all right? So who's ready? If you're ready, I want you to write that you're ready. It looks like Tina is ready. Tina, I love your braids. Gorgeous. Sheila is ready. Tina invited Sheila. There we go. All right. Lois, she says she is ready. Is anyone else ready? Patrese is ready also. I just saw that. Let's see. I am ready. Awesome. You're always ready. You're amazing, by the way. Ramona is ready. Marie is ready. Ramona, I meant to post you here. Larita, there you are. Linda Bryant, there you go. You guys, I got to keep up with you. Linda Bryant. Edie is here as well. Hey, I know you're ready. You're always ready. There's a Facebook user that says ready, but I can't see your name. If you're on Facebook, you got to write your name. Okay. Sheila is ready. Anyone else ready? Because you do need to be ready for a powerful message so you can receive. And I'm so excited to be here with you. Linda, I know that you are ready. You're always ready. And Lisa, I'm so excited. I like that hat, by the way. It's awesome. And Tanya, Constance, you know, Constance, she's so amazing. I'm ready. And Constance invited me. So we already know I'm going to need to write myself a note. Okay. So I'm so excited. And Patrese says, hello, Giant, right? So I'm so excited to be here tonight. Constance, Lisa, you're welcome. Constance says, I'm ready. You're always ready. You're amazing. Lisa, I'm so glad that you're here and you're in the house. Okay. So you guys can start posting your questions, writing your questions. And as I see them, I'll read them and I'll read them. And then that will give me the opportunity to start answering them like right away. You guys, I can already tell it's going to be a fire live, right? Tina. Thank you, Tina. Hello, Cheryl. And Cheryl, I like the strut. It's amazing. You look amazing. Those legs. Odessa, I'm so glad you're here. Constance is already invited. At least 3 people. How about that? And Kashawn is ready also. And let's see who else is here. Cheryl is here. And Tina. Looks like Tina and Constance. That's what it looks like to me. Okay, Lois says, I'm ready to receive. Are you joining for the first time? Awesome. I am so glad you're here. Tammy says, in the masterclass, open now. In the masterclass, open now, will it teach marketing? Yes. The masterclass that Tammy's talking about, Tammy Walker Burns, that's a nice name. So Tammy, the masterclass, you get access to the training for 6 weeks. And in addition to that, then there's a 5-day live Q&A with me where we go live from June the 7th through the 11th. And it's pretty powerful because you actually have step-by-step training with me each and every day where I'm answering your questions, really explaining what you've learned in the training, which is really, really detailed, I have to tell you. And clients who leave my Giant Experience Masterclass leave changed. It's not an uncommon thing for someone to come to the Giant Experience Masterclass, and then within a couple of months, within a couple of weeks, they begin to realize their goal. There are people here tonight who came to the Giant Experience Masterclass, and I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but if you did experience a result coming to the Giant Experience Masterclass and you feel like you want to share it, feel free. Like in what it would look like is, what did you accomplish, in 1 month or in 9 weeks or in 12 weeks? What was a direct result that happened because you came to the masterclass? I teach what I do. So Tammy, everything that I teach you is what I've done. There's nothing theoretical in my process. I believe that's why clients have gotten amazing results attending the masterclass. You can learn more about the Giant Experience by simply, I can post a link for you. In fact, let me just grab it. And you guys can then, I'll post a link here, and I think that'll answer your questions. Specifically, the pieces on marketing around positioning, because actually the way that I teach marketing is how to position yourself as the obvious choice. And what I believe is that, and what served me over the years, is that when I market, I only teach my clients what I know how to do. And because I only teach what I know how to do, it's something that first I've created a result in for myself, right? And then I transfer that to other people. So first thing that I teach my clients is not to teach information, but instead to look at what is it that you've been able to do to create a result for yourself. And let's build a system around that. And we only sell results, right? Systems that create results. When you do that, you inherently position yourself as the obvious choice, because most people are not selling anything that they can consistently say delivers an amazing result. They're selling knowledge, right? They're selling information, and information is the cheapest thing ever that someone can buy from you. They can just Google search something. People want results. And if you understand how to package what you're doing in a system that creates results, we can market and position you differently in the marketplace, where you become the obvious choice and competition becomes irrelevant. So I would say that, it doesn't matter like what I'm charging for something. At the end of the day, it's about the results. Like, you would make an investment if you knew that if what I do creates a result, right? So I want to welcome a couple others. Krizia, wow, what a pretty picture. Tina invited you, awesome. And Eric is here. Hey, Eric. Tina invited you to watch. I love this. I love this. And Tina, I love that you are an incredible go-giver and just my kind of person. Okay. So tonight is a live Q&A, and you have the opportunity to post your questions, and I'll answer any questions to be able to support you in your business. There looks like, let me just make sure I didn't miss any at the top here. Tammy writes, in the masterclass, will we get the ability to get clear directions on our niche, or do you offer any one-on-one coaching? I'm so ready for freedom. So in the masterclass, you absolutely get clear direction on who you are, what you do, and who you serve. There's no doubt about it. I have clients who come to the masterclass, they have no idea who they're going to serve. And by day 5, they get clear on what it is and how to structure the foundation for what they're doing, right? So you absolutely get step-by-step instructions over the course of the training, and you actually now get 6 weeks access to rewind and replay, in addition to coming to the live Q&A with me live. And do I offer one-on-one coaching? I do. My one-on-one coaching is, like I mentioned, it's $8,000 an hour. And typically the clients have to invest in at least 3 hours for me to consider working with them, just because I want to make sure you create an amazing result. Okay. So I think that's pretty clear and straightforward. And let's see what else we have here. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Larita has a question. All right, Larita. Oh, Larita, I love that picture. Okay. How do I prepare for a meeting with college administrators who want to partner with my business on a project? What are some key areas I need to make sure I cover? Well, that's a big question, because I don't know actually what you do. So what would be helpful here too is to say, this is what I do for colleges, right? And the kind of results I could create, but I'll give you some ideas in general, right? So how do I prepare for a meeting? So, one of the things that you want to think about when you're looking to pitch yourself is, first of all, you want to think about, what are the initiatives of the college, right? Like, what are the initiatives that they're already investing in at a very high level, right? So you might look at where their largest donations coming from. Like, who are their donors? Who have been their donors in the last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, right? Because likely those are the initiatives that are important to them. And so along with your pitch, you can also think about leveraging what you know they're already investing in and looking at how what you do helps them get more of that, right? Because typically when someone makes an investment in a college, a donor makes an investment, the commitment of the college is to fulfill whatever the wish of that donor is. So that would show, one, that you've done your research, and two, you would already be in alignment with their goal to be able to do that. Now, let me just see, if you want to partner with them, I would say the best way to partner, I've done tons of partnerships. The best way to partner with someone is to find out what they want. So a lot of times when we think about pitch meetings, people think about pitching when they're partnering, in opposed to, first of all, finding out what is it that they want? What are the biggest problems that they're having, so that you can see why they would need what you offer, how what you do brings them closer to what they desire. So if I were having a meeting with someone right now and it was a pitch meeting and with the opportunity to partner, the first thing I want to find out is, what are your problems? What's working? What's not working? What have you done in the past? What haven't you done? And what would having a magic wand look like if they could solve this problem? How would it make their life better? And then I insert what I do in that process. That's one of the things. What are some key areas I need to make sure I cover? I think that if you would go back, Loretta, and tell me a little bit more about what you do, I think I'd be able to answer your question in more detail. But one of the first things that I would do is I would look at their donors and find out what initiatives are really important to them. Because if you align what you're selling and what you do with what they are already, what their initiatives have to be based on their donors, that's already going to support you in that process. And if you lead that pitch meeting from a place of first finding out what their challenges are, what made them want to meet with you, what's working, what's not working, you can easily see how what you're doing will support them. Never sell. Never try to just sell to someone without knowing what their problems are, because really it's not about just selling something to someone. It's really about supporting someone in solving a pain, a problem that they have, and your skills and your talent will do that. All right. I hope that supports you. Tammy says, thanks. You're welcome. And Patrese says, Mia, after someone completes an application and qualifies for a strategy session, what's a giant conversation sound like in that session? Well, that's a big question. However, in general, when you're doing a strategy session, which in essence, you're just talking to someone that has some interest in your products or services, the first thing you want to identify are, what are their problems? And then second, you want to agitate what those problems are, so that sometimes when people set up sessions to talk to us, a lot of times the biggest mistake that newbies make, for example, is that we feel like we need to give everything away or coach folks. But at the end of the day, it's not really about that. If someone sets up an appointment with you, it's not always about you solving their problem in that minute. Likely you can't even solve their problem in the time allotted, 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So instead, serve them. Find out what are their problems, and then help them see where there are other avenues that they're missing to the problem, right? Agitate the problem so that the client understands that you're the solution that they need. If you ever are having conversations with people over and over again and they never say yes to you, meaning you're talking to people, you're sharing your services, and they say, oh, let me think about it, or, oh, that sounds really nice, and they don't know they need you, it is because you're not diagnosing the client's problem properly. It really is. Okay. And so one of the things that I recommend is they complete the application for strategy session. Now you know that they're a qualified person for you to talk to. And that session looks like, find out what their problems are. Okay. Go deeper on their problems. Let them know that why they need you, like literally why they need you. So for example, give you an example. If someone came to me and they booked an appointment and they wanted to, they're not selling what they should be selling. The first thing I'm going to find out is, what are you selling? Okay. What are you selling currently? Well, where do you want to be? And why are you not selling what you want to sell? What's getting in the way of you doing this? And they might say, well, I'm scared of selling. They might say, I only sell things for $50 and that's trading time. They may say a whole bunch of things. And then I'm going to say to them, it sounds to me like what's getting in the way is that you actually don't know how to package what you're doing to value what you're doing. Does that sound true? And they're going to say, yeah. Say, because you're selling what you're doing for $50. So I'm not going to solve the problem by saying, here, let's design the package, because it's actually much deeper than that for the client. They actually don't know their problem is that they don't know how to package what they're doing. So that's why being a really great listener, helping the client really go deep and understand what their problem is, and then they'll see you more as the person that would be the obvious person to work with, because you've helped them to identify what truly is in the way of them realizing and solving that problem. I hope that answered your question. Okay. And let's see. Tina says, with the masterclass, would you recommend it over one-on-one training if you have not yet identified your know-how that your desire to package, right? So I would recommend for anyone that is thinking about packaging what they do into any kind of product or service at a high level, high tickets, $2,500 or more, I think the masterclass is the best first step. It is amazing. Really, I could charge for this masterclass based on the results, literally $2,500 or more, and people would pay it. This is my way to really serve others who want to get clear over the course of 6 weeks, doing the training from the comfort of your home, and then coming on live with me so I can give you the clarity and reinforce what I've already taught you. I don't think that, I know a lot of people think, oh, I want to work one-to-one. The reality is that what I'm able to do in a group setting is so powerful. You'll learn vicariously from me coaching and teaching someone else, right? Not only teaching you and answering your questions, but it's the questions sometimes, Tina, that you don't know to ask, that someone else asked. And that because I answered their question, you get clarity, you benefit from their process. I hope that that supports you. And Patrese says, thanks for the reminder. PAS, absolutely. I'm glad that you saw that. Okay, awesome. And Lisa says, I have access to a great amount of community resources. How do I turn this into a small business, right? So it depends. Like if it were me, that one of the things you might want to look at is look at the community resources and think about, do you want to be the vortex? Like, do you want to be at the center of all of this great information, and that maybe these other resources become affiliate partners and you refer people to them? So that's one way you could do it. Or do you want to be someone that you're coaching people in some way and you have a database that in essence they pay you for, in addition to your coaching, where you're sharing with them, did you know this resource exists, and it will support you with that? Or so that you can really support them with implementation and really knowing what they have their hands on. Because sometimes just because people have resources as a tool, they don't know how to use them, right? So maybe it's the merger between what you know how to do with these resources and why they're so valuable, and also they're making an investment in the resources which are equally as valuable. Or maybe it's that you've got some kind of strategic partnership so that your product is actually, you've got a bunch of affiliate partners, if you will, that are paying you for referrals. So you do your marketing to attract people, to let them know about many different things that can support them in their growth that you are aware of with these resources. Okay, I hope that supports you. Edie says, thank you for asking this, Patrese. Awesome. And Jocelyn says, I'm ready. There we go. Thank you, Constance. I love this. Okay, it looks like Constance and Tina have invited tons of people here tonight. So I'm so excited about that. Just remember, you have to invite 3 people. They have to acknowledge that you invited them. And one person is going to win a 45-minute one-to-one session with me tonight. So, well, the session won't be tonight, but you'll win it tonight, and I will announce that person. Okay. And Patrese writes, thank you, Patrese. Tina, she's the real deal. Say yes to yourself. I am implementing her teaching, and it has changed my life. And I only met her 4 weeks ago. And Patrese, if it supports you, right, only if it resonates, share with her. You met me 4 weeks ago. Share with her a result, a direct result that has happened as a result of us working together, right? Because what helps people who are here is, how do I know what's real? How do I know what's true, right? Because as a direct result of working with me, you've been able to sell, right? And the question is, what are you selling? How much have you sold? And have you ever done that before? And that's really, really powerful. And hey, Dad, my dad's in the house. You guys need to say hi to my dad because he's here. I'm so excited. You owe me 25 cents, though. I won that bet, Dad. Okay, Tina. Oh, wow. Thanks for that confirmation. Happy for you. Awesome. Okay, Lisa said people pay me to provide the resource to their community. So are you reinforcing what I said, or is that something different? People pay me to provide the resources to their community. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, Lisa says hi, Dad. Okay. You got a lot of highs here, Dad. Okay. Are there any other questions? I wanted to do a live Q&A tonight, and I wanted to answer your questions, and you could ask me anything, and I'll answer your questions. And I don't get to do these lives enough. I would love to do them. I would love to do them all the time because I see the level of insight that happens when I have the opportunity to clarify questions around packaging, pricing, positioning, finding buyers, how to build a business based on time freedom, etc. There is a question. What are your thoughts about pre-selling an online course? How far before the online launch can you pre-sell? That's a great question, Kiana. All right. So one of the things that I think is really important in selling whatever you have is not building anything before you have people who want it. And I think this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make, is that they build a course, they build out the entire system, it's all set, it's all pre-recorded, and yet you don't know if you have any buyers. So I've always built everything that I've done, Kiana, in real time with my clients. And therefore, I'm not wasting any time. I'm super efficient. I'm only selling what people want. All right. And I'm saving myself time and money and energy. And it's one of the biggest mistakes. It's the reason why so many people aren't profitable and why so many people are frustrated in business. So to answer your question, pre-selling, absolutely, right? You make the offer, and keep in mind that the product is the business plan. The product is the business plan. When I launched the Giant Experience Master Training, I hosted this event in 2019 in November, and it sold out in 6 weeks. It was for 35 women, closed door only, all seats sold. And the women that came to the event closed over $250,000 within about 3 weeks upon leaving the event. And I knew I wanted to touch and reach more people. And I decided when COVID happened, as a gift, that I'd make the event available. Made the event available online so that I could gift that training that these people paid me top dollars for. I said, I'll make it available to people so they can watch it from the comfort of their home. And that began me offering this training, which has been amazing. The results have been incredible. Not because I say so, but you can look at the testimonial page yourself and see if the results that you see for my clients, if those are the kind of results that you resonate with. And if there are, just know it's true. All right. And so I can't guarantee that you'll create those results because I don't know you, right? I don't know if you'll do the work. I don't know if you'll show up and you'll implement, but I can tell you that everything that I teach, I only teach what works, and I only teach what I do. Okay. Lisa says, thanks so much for answering my question. I appreciate it. And Lois says, do you have a masterclass starting soon? Yes. So when you sign up for the Giant Experience Master Training, you get instant access to the training. Sign up today, you get access right now, and you keep the training for 6 weeks. Now, the live Q&A that goes with the training is June 7th through 11th. It's at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, from 8:00 to about 9:30 each and every night. Okay, and I can tell you that it's amazing. Everything's recorded. I answer your questions. I go deep on the questions because you have the master training. And now you're there with me every single day for 5 days straight in the evenings, right? And it's recorded for you to go back and listen to over and over again. People have huge breakthroughs. And I think it's because they not only have the training to be able to listen to their favorite parts, but they also get the clarity from the bonus live Q&A. I've had people who have listened solely to my sales script. We had a woman, Patrese, you remember this, at the session a month ago, who listened to my sales script and closed $2,000 before the training even started. Okay, just listening to the training, because I teach you only what works. All right, and so the next live Q&A week is June 7th through 11th, the week after next. And I suggest you get your seat, get ready, because I can tell you for sure 6 weeks after that, your life will be unrecognizable. The people that you meet, they're giants. They're women who share. I work with incredible women who, they do the work, and they've been looking for one another. They're giants. They want to be in the company of other women that share, that give, that elevate them because of their actions, that are go-getters, women of faith, people who care about their families, that are building a business for something other than something superficial. And I can tell you, if that's you, you'll love the event. It's absolutely amazing. The training is incredible, and it works. Okay. Laura, hey Laura, like your haircut. Do you offer information on technical information like, yes, webinars or how to use them? I do. And I share the tools that I use. And here's the coolest part. I'm relatively low tech, okay? Although people think I am high tech, I'm not. I'm very low tech. And so the coolest part about building the business that I've built is that you don't need to be a techie to do it. All right. You do not have to be. Most of my clients, a lot of my clients are very low tech. Many of my clients are in their mid 50s. They've just not been, like kids with cell phones and keeping up with everything. A lot of them aren't. And you don't have to be to build an amazing business. In fact, you'll see if you check out my testimonial page for the Giant Experience. One of my clients, Audra, one of her testimonials was the fact that she closed her very first deal 3 weeks after meeting me, coming to the Giant Experience, for $48,000. Nothing written. Literally, I show you how to leverage what you do, how to have high-level strategic conversations that value your gifts, and how to convert those at a very high level. And she didn't have any of those things. There was nothing technical that she needed. There's nothing technical that you need to close a deal. You could close a deal right now, and you don't need a website. I sell very little from my website. I sell most things from a landing page, quite frankly. All right. So, Larita, I hope that answered your question. Thank you for your support, Mia. How do you turn thousands of subscribers on social media to customers? I launched my business last month, and crickets, 2 weeks since the launch. So here's the thing about social media. All right. So lean into this. Okay. And I want all of you guys to lean into this. Everybody leaning into this. It's not really about, I know that sometimes we've been lied to, right? So like, in order for you to create success, like sometimes people say, like, you need to have like this huge following of people. You need thousands of people. Well, you don't. What you need, okay? Tell me your annual revenue goal, and I'll really break this down for you, okay? So you just tell me your annual revenue goal, I'll break this down for you. But like, let's say you had a goal and you wanted to hit $200,000, okay? So my question to you, Larita, wouldn't it be around the thousands of followers? Because you don't need thousands of followers to close $200,000. What we need is a strategic offer, right, that fully values your transformation. So let's say you were selling things for $500. All right, let me get my calculator out. And if you have your calculator, get your calculator out, okay? But what I want you to think about is, if, let's say, Larita wanted to, I'm pulling out my calculator, okay? If Larita wanted to hit $200,000 and she's selling something for $500, how many customers does she need? Anybody want to answer? Just plug the number in. She needs, come on, I'm going to give you a chance. Come on, 400, okay? So if Larita wants to hit $200,000 this year and she's selling something for $500, low ticket, she needs 400 customers. See, that's why we have in our mind that we need thousands of people, because you're thinking about selling something low ticket. I don't know what you're selling, but I'm just using this as an example, Larita. Conversely, if Larita has a offer of $5,000, and instead of $500, how many customers does she need? Okay, 40. Do you see the difference? So see, 40, okay, 40 versus 400. So what I want to say to you is that I want to answer your question, but I want to answer it in an elevated way. That sometimes the question behind that question is that maybe it's not about your social media following. Maybe it's really about your offer, reworking the offer so that it's something that your ideal clients want, that it's a high ticket product, and that it's about now when you are leveraging social media or you're running ads or you're doing lives, you now can speak directly to your people who really want the results that you create. That's the way that I would answer it. And just because you launched your business last month and you had crickets, it doesn't mean that what you're doing won't work. It likely means that the people you're marketing to don't know what your results are that you create. See, people don't just buy things because there's a product or a service. No one's just buying my products because I'm a business coach. They're like, so what? Okay. People invest in working with me because of the transformation I can provide, meaning you don't have a product or service that you sell for a high ticket, and I show you how to do that in a relatively short period of time, meaning you're selling what you have for $1,000 and I show you how to take that exact same product, we rework it, and now you sell it for $10,000, meaning you don't know how to position yourself in the marketplace based on your skills and your talent to get your ideal clients to come to you, to qualify that ideal client, and I show you how to do that. And therefore, you're now in front of a client that can say yes to you. Does that make sense? All right. So I think that was the question behind the question. And Patrese writes, thank you so much. Before I met Mia, I did not have a product. I was unsure how to package, how to position myself as the obvious choice, and more. As a result of Mia's business coaching, I created a product, packaged it, began finding buyers, all with ease and grace. I haven't purchased any ads yet. Okay, so this is all organic traffic. Last week, I already made $7,500. My goal is $5,000 more before I close the month. This is a direct result of Mia's coaching. I simply implemented what she taught me. It works if you work it. This isn't 4 weeks, okay? Like 4 weeks, okay? And I would say that even though I'm sharing this result, I have to always say, because that I can't guarantee that this will be your result. She's an implementer. She's an action taker. She's the person that says yes to figure it out. All right. And you got to be that way. And Constance writes, the Giant experience is life changing. It has added so much value to me. Constance, if it resonates, share what specific value has changed your life, because that'll help everyone here. Lisa, there is money for existing, not so much with business starting. Yes. Okay. Edie has a question. Okay, when you have your first group session, your next sessions can focus on the questions asked, and it keeps growing from there. Absolutely. So it's interesting because, just starting with your clients, sometimes once you talk to people who are on your first coaching calls, you can kind of figure out other things that your clients might need that might not have been what you initially thought you could support them with. So you're absolutely right, Edie, in sharing that. It's totally true. And Patrese says, and this is double my net pay from a job that what I was working with long hours. How about that? I love that. I appreciate it. Okay, Facebook user, you need to write your name. Hi, Mia. How do you recommend communicating with and coordinating a new team? Learning to do this right now. Okay, so if you're talking about your team, meaning the people who you're supporting in your business, I've always worked with virtual assistants who have been in the Philippines or in India or or South American countries. And one of the things that works really well is having a really great system, like maybe a CRM, so that you can keep track of your workflows for your team. Your team does really well. A lot of people like Asana also, where you write down what the tasks are for your team, but you do it more like a workflow so that you're not saying the same things over and over again. And I also think that when we outsource to people, sometimes people think they're outsourcing, but they're actually out-tasking. Meaning you think that you're putting together a team, but actually what you've done is hire a team of people who only do tasks. They only do the one thing that you're asking them to do, and they don't do any more than what you're asking them to do, because your leadership in your company has not been building a business based on outsourcing. So what I've done is I've worked only with people who have worked abroad. I've had great success in just working with really incredible people, because I lead my team by giving them workflows, consistent instructions about what my vision is, what my goals is, what my objectives are. It might even mean that you need a project manager on your team and inside your business that runs your goals and your objectives. So it's not always just about having people who work inside your company that just can answer the emails or respond to daily requests. Sometimes it's also making sure that you've got a leader. You got to have a leader in your company, or you'll never be free, right? That can also support you in running the business aspects as well. That can be a decision maker as well. Laura writes, yay, thank you. I love that you include movement. I watched your last webinar, and I love that you include the community and spiritual underpinnings. The reality is I have a business, Laura, that I include all of who I am. And a lot of the women that I work with are women of faith. Most of the women. And I don't, my coaching is my coaching, but I built a business around my life. I am who I am. And I love working with giants, women who, I always say, if you're really a giant, then you love being in the company of other giants. You like watching people win. There's nothing like it. And if you're truly a giant, then you love sharing how you've done it, because you've got more people to play with. It's something really amazing about that. When you watch someone get free, I love it. On my mastermind call just last week, one of my clients is the only person in the mastermind who isn't free. And she just joined the mastermind this year. And that's her goal, is to get herself free. Why? Because she's in association with women who have built their businesses and gotten themselves free and have stayed free. And because of it, she can now see that vision, you see, because they've shared that and they've stepped into that next level. And I love helping women to elevate that way, and by being in the company of other women. Just on my call on Tuesday, Patrese, you were on that call. She was sharing how she had just closed $7,500 in business. And for 30 minutes, I had the clients, the community, ask her the questions that they wanted to know from her, so that they could step into her mindset, so they could understand step by step. What does she do? What is she listening to that's in my training? What is she implementing? How is she working and structuring her day to get things done? Okay, because that's giant. That's a giant community. And I think that those are the only kind of communities I want to be a part of, right? Like where people truly share what's going on. Tammy writes, hey, Tammy, Mia, everyone comes to me for major life decisions. How can I package something like that when it's life advice and the advice works? So what it likely is life consulting. Okay. I mean, there's a huge market for life consulting. I mean, I relate to you. I started with mom coaching. Literally, my first 10 years in my business, I didn't offer business coaching. I was a mom coach. And it was because moms came to me for mom coaching, mom advice on how to find time for their lives. So just know that your soft skills are very, very valuable, properly packaged. And I offered group coaching for my mom clients to support them over the course of a year to get a particular result, so that they could realize their dreams, realize their goals, while taking care of their kids and their spouse and helping them realize their goals. Helping women to stand in their value and, again, not be codependent on their jobs for income or their spouse for income, in order for them to realize, what they want to do. And I felt so passionate about that, because for myself, when my husband developed kidney disease, one of the things that I knew for sure was one of the best things ever, because I wasn't codependent on my husband's income. I could truly stand in the gap for him. I have never gone to my husband and said, babe, do you think I can take this course? It would be like if I wanted to be a dentist. I can't imagine going to my husband and saying, babe, you think I should go to dental school? You kidding? Like who? So many women get this part confused. And it's because we're looking for someone to tell us no. Anytime you need permission to realize your dream, you need to ask yourself why. That wasn't a question tonight, so I'm going to keep it moving. Loretta says, wow, and she's talking about you, Patrese, and good job, Patrese. And Lewis says, glory, and Tina says, great job, Patrese. And I just love that you guys have shouted each other out tonight, and congratulations. And Constance is congratulating you, and Ikua here. Mindset was my big transformation from the giant experience. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. And Javier just told me about your podcast, your upcoming podcast. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the results that you're getting on your podcast. Pretty amazing. Okay. Linda Bryant. Hey, Linda. Yes, Mia. Dr. Patrese is amazing. I was on that call, and she shared such valuable tips and suggestions based on how she's creating her own success pathway. And you are also, what I love. So stay in there, do your discovery calls this week, practice what we talked about. And one of the things you're going to see is that the more you do it, the easier it gets, right? Like applied application. Tonight is a live Q&A, and I'm here to answer your questions, and I'll stay on as long as there are questions, okay? And if there are not any questions, then I'm going to sign off. I do want to invite those of you who are looking for mentorship step-by-step on how to package your knowledge, position and price, and find buyers to invest in the giant experience. It's incredible. And I'll pull up the website in a second, just so that you have an opportunity to see what's included in the event. It's amazing, if I say so myself. All right. Kiana, she has some questions. Kiana again, hey there. What tips do you have for increasing your email list? So one of the things that I think are important are your call to actions, right? So when we want to grow our email list, you don't want to just grow your email list. I mean, does it matter if you have like 1,000 people on your email list, a lot of people sign up, but they don't want what you have? No. So at the end of the day, it's really not about quantity, right? It's really about quality, right? So one of the things that I would say to you, Kiana, is that you want to think about whatever your key results are. Whenever you're marketing, whether it's doing lives or ads or writing or podcasting, whatever it is that you're naturally doing already, think about a call to action that allows the people who do sign up on your list to be your people who want the result that you create. So, that's always my function. I've built my business. It's an amazing business. And I always focused on quality, not quantity. Because it's not what it looks like, it's what it is. I mean, if I have, 50,000 people on my list, and I think I have something like 40,000 or something like that right now with the pruning we've done. If I have 50,000 people on my list, but none of them want to package, price, position, find buyers, then what good is it? Okay, so at the end of the day, I want people who want the results and the transformation that I provide. And that's what you want also, okay? So I am talking to Kiana, but I'm speaking to everyone. And Constance writes, thank you for doing that. Before I met Mia, I knew very little about business and was not standing in my value, giving away free or low ticket items to companies. And after working with her, I've become a content expert and made my organization the obvious choice. Since then, I have secured corporate accounts and city and county contracts and media exposure. She changed my mindset and your profitability in your company, right? So I think your first deal was like 24K or something like that, or more, or whatever. I don't remember. I can't remember, but I know it was significant in the tens of thousands. And I love that, right? How cool is that? So sometimes we're just one step away from that layer of money that's all around us. Laura says, how much prep time do we need before the live week on June 7th? What is the ideal time to sign up to get the most of it? Is there prep work before? Well, this is what I would do, okay? So once you sign up, you actually get access to the training right away, okay? So you get access to the training right away, meaning you sign up tonight, you get access tonight. If it were me, and you're going to come on live with me from the 7th through the 11th, I would listen to that training in advance as much as I wanted to, because you're going to have greater questions. You see, we're going to be able to have a conversation, because of the training. Now, the coolest part is the way we run the event is that you have the opportunity, if you choose, to watch the content via a watch party on Zoom. each day from the 7th through the 11th from 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I come live at 8 o'clock p.m. We have some people that watch it together, and we have some people who watch it from the comfort of their home, and they just join me for the live time where I answer their questions and they get clarity each and every day. You can choose. But if it were me, Laura, what I would do is I'd get the training early so that I have an opportunity to listen to it as much as I want to write my questions down, so that when you come to the calls, you're bringing the questions, right? Because I'm going to bring the answers. And I don't answer the questions superficially. We will be speaking the same language because of the training. It's pretty amazing. I'm going to flip for a second, and I'm just going to share with you guys I'm going to share the page just so that you have a chance to see for yourself. And I'm going to share my screen. One second. Okay. Here we go. All right. So here is the Giant Experience website, right? And I posted the link here inside the thread, but it's 10-hour masterclass. You get that training immediately when you sign up. And then you get a live Q&A with me that runs for 5 days, and it's June the 7th through the 11th. Okay. And you learn how to package your knowledge into a high ticket offer. As a coach, a consultant, a trainer, online educator, it's great for you if you're a speaker, if you've got soft skills, like maybe you're an organizer, maybe you're a mom coach, or want to be one, and you're not sure how to package this and value what you're doing. It's great for you. And it's also great for you if you want to take your expertise and your background and package it. Just to show you, when you come on the homepage, what you get access to in the training is how to package your expertise, education, experience into profitable products or services. Now, all my clients sell things for $2,500 or more. So the event is for you only if you want to learn how to sell high ticket. So if you still want to sell things for $100, this is not for you. Okay. And we always have elevated conversations around charging and standing your value, how to properly value and price your knowledge as a high ticket service, as a coach, consultant, trainer, online educator, course creator, speaker, or author. Okay. How to position yourself in the marketplace strategically so that you attract the right audience. So a lot of times, if you're not getting any results, it's because you don't know how to market to your people. And there's specific ways to do that. I teach you also how to sell both online and offline with my winning formula and my sales script, which you get at the event. The sales script alone is worth the price of admission. I will tell you. And you learn how to gain confidence and pitch your offers with my turnkey process. And like I said, everything that I teach you, I've done. Okay. Now, I'll take you to the testimonial page and play just a few of them, just so you can see for yourself the kind of results that we created. This is Diana. Diana attended one of my events, and within about 9 weeks of coming to the event, she closed a $144,000 contract.
Conference. It was awesome. If you're on the fence,
wait a minute,
go for it. You'll get so much out of it. Thank you so much, Mia.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to get this to start over.
Hi, my name is Zaina Patton, and I help professional women overcome their challenges and adversities to find their voice and to use it to advocate for themselves, for others, and for the causes that they believe in. I participated in Mia's Giant Virtual Experience Conference, and I got so much value out of it. I especially love the time that she took with the women in answering each and every one of their questions. And I had a lot of questions. And the answers that she gave me and listening to the others, I decided to take that and pitch myself to an organization to do some monthly coaching and consulting. And guess what, ladies? They said yes. I have a contract value of $144,000 for the year of 2021. That's $12,000 a month, about double of what I would normally charge. So thank you so much, Mia, for helping me overcome my challenge to use my voice to advocate for myself. I so appreciate all the work that you're doing with the women, especially in the Giant Virtual Experience Conference. It was awesome. If you're on the fence, go for it. You'll get so much out of it. Thank you so much, Mia.
So I'm hoping that you guys can see this, and I'll play another one. Michelle attended the conference, and closed $45,000 in 10 days.
I have amazing news. It's not even been 24 hours since the conference ended. And a client that I'm working with just asked about how she can book, a year-long coaching contract. And I put a number out there at $15K. And that might be 4 contracts by night because of the meetings I have today. I'm just blown away. Before, working with Mia in the context and listening to all of your amazing thinking and hearing all of this, Giants, I just didn't understand how to think about packaging in any way. I just looked at it as relationships. But the wisdom and the clarity in what Mia teaches is allowing me to think through what I offer and what I'm doing with people in a way that makes it much more digestible for them and for me, honestly. And so I just want to say thank you and encourage everybody to really do the work that Mia provides us, what amazing prompts and everything, and how quickly you can take what you have and make.
And I have to say, it's always an honor to work with clients who do just do the work. And this is one of my favorite testimonials from Stacy.
Hey, everybody. So I don't know if you guys were on the call last night, but I did mention that I had another meeting today with a school. I was nervous about going in to present my deal. And at first, I'm going to be very honest, I was thinking small. I was like, maybe I could do 25,000. Then I said, no, maybe I could do 50,000. Hey, Deidre, girl. So I said, maybe I could do 50,000. And then something last night after that call had me thinking. So I could just hear Mia's, voice. I heard her voice. I heard Valerie's voice listening to that closing call. This morning, I listened to the closing call, created 2 new packages. One, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Hey, Tammy. I can't even believe, Tammy, you will be proud of me, girl. Because everything that you shared with me and Mia shared with me, I did it with the school that we talked about. So I priced out the assessment piece. I listened to it. So guys, here's the thing. I know Valerie shared it yesterday, but you got to listen to the closing call and our information that we got at the retreat. I took that. I created, listen, brace yourself. I created an executive leadership package at $185,000, right? Can y'all believe I said that? $185,000. Then I created a leadership coaching package for $85,000. I offered the executive package first, and guess what the principal said? Oh, we'll do it. I said, did that man just say we'll do it? I said, well, I'm offering a fast action bonus if, you can get the sign-offs, the contract signed no later than next Tuesday, because he already told me he was having a meeting with them on Monday. I said, then I'll take like 20% off. So we could do like 140. I think it was 140 that I ended up with the number. He said, oh, absolutely. And he said, well, what would we do when we renew with you for next year? I said, well, we will, assess where the principals are at that point, and then we'll develop another package that's based on their need. He said, okay, fine. I sat there in shock, y'all. Can y'all believe it? I closed my first deal at $140,000, not even 2 weeks after the Giant Experience retreat. And I'm a girl that was trading time for dollars, charging by the hour.
It's pretty powerful. And, I love seeing women really get it, right? Here's Audra. I mentioned her earlier.
Hello, ladies. I just wanted to pop on here. I am bursting with excitement and just amazement. Today, I signed my first deal, or closed my first deal. I'm still learning the terminology, but I was able to sign my first big corporate client as an executive coach for $48,000. No paperwork, nothing written. I have my proprietary system in my head, but I had they agreed to all the terms, 30% down, 2 payments after that. And I am just beside myself. Who does that? And as Mia would say, what? I stood in my value. I was calm. I was confident. I said, listen.
You get the idea. And, I love it because it happens over and over and over again. This is the last one that I'll share.
Hey, fellow giants. It is Chef Evelyn here, and I help corporate professionals build high-end culinary brands from scratch. And I wanted to come on and do this testimonial for Mia Redrick. So earlier this year, I had a conversation with Mia, and she challenged me to really serve my audience at a high level. We were having a conversation, and she told me to create a specific type of program, which if any of you have worked with her, Mia believes in service from your highest level, offering your largest transformation, and really up-leveling to serve people in your zone of genius. And so I took in the feedback, and I was like, okay, I've never created anything like that is what I was thinking. And so I was like, okay, I'll get to it. And so last year I attended Mia's retreat. And if you have not attended Mia's retreat, I have earned back my investment so many times over since that retreat. If you look in this group, you'll see video testimonials from me specifically about how the sales script that she gave at that retreat and in her coaching programs has really helped me in my consulting business. And so I want to say that I took action on Mia's advice, and I created a higher level experience for my audience, and I closed a $15,000 coaching client just last week. And so much so that I didn't reach out to her. I didn't even tell her about the program. She was in a smaller course that I had created, heard me mentioning it to another client, and then reached out to me, booked a strategy session, and she is now enrolled in the highest level of my program. And her deposit is paid, and she's actually going to pay it off early. And so I want to just say, first of all, thank you to Mia, because if Mia was not who she was, and if Mia hadn't challenged me to be all of who I am and to step into a bigger role, I would not have landed that 15K client, okay? If Mia hadn't invested in herself at a high level and then been able to share that with those of us who have invested in ourselves through her, I wouldn't have had that. If I had not gone to the retreat and invested in myself, I wouldn't have the sales script and the systems in place to be able to book a 15K client. If I had not been a part of Mia's community and seen the results from other people, I would not have been able to book that client. So I will say this: if you are in this community and you have been watching a ton of videos from Mia, if you've been on her email list forever, then I would say you need to either get into one of her programs or you need to get the VIP ticket when she announces her retreat, because I'm telling you, I have 10, 15, I don't know how many times return my investment. I've booked other clients at a $4,000 level, at a $2,500 level, and most recently.
So you get the idea. I'm going to start sharing in a second. So I posted the link for the Giant Experience Conference. You go to the register page, all the details about the master training. Here you get 6-week access to the training, so you can watch it from the comfort of your homes. 5 days of the live Q&A session. June 7th through the 11th is the next date. And it's pretty amazing because you can rewatch everything from the comfort of your home. This is how the days are broken down, Monday through Friday. And what's included. You learn many things. I'll teach you how to have an elevated understanding around how to leverage your knowledge, how to stop underselling what you're doing, how to protect your intellectual property at a high level, how to market using Facebook and LinkedIn, how to sell, and how to attract only clients that can pay your premium, and how to close during your sales process. And I have to say, and so much more. I give you a step-by-step guide for accountability and implementation. And there's belly dancing, yoga, and Zumba, because I do think that moving is such an important component of being all of who you are. So the master training is only $16.97. And let me just tell you that I could easily charge $2,500 or more. It is my gift to be able to support you at a high level during this time. So, if you were working with me one-to-one, I charge $8,000 an hour. And here's an opportunity for me to really support you with training step by step that I know, just like many of the women that you've seen here, have been able to create amazing results coming through the exact same process. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and I'll take any questions that you might have for me. And let's just see. I'm going to take any questions that you guys have. Got to catch up here. There are a lot of comments here. Okay, and you have Constance. You got a lot of congratulations. So just know that, and I'm so excited about that. And Laura, you're awesome. Okay, she's awesome. That would be you, because what we see is who we are. Okay. And Lisa says, yes, you're doing giant things. I'm a living witness. Constance is doing live, incredible, amazing things. It's just warming up, right? She's amazing, and she's sold so much. And but I think it's always important to understand that you could be in a place in your business right now where you have all the talent and skill in the world and deliver amazing results for others. And in a second, learning that one part, that one component of what you do not know, it changes everything for you. And that's why I love when my clients share, the level of results that they create. I do think that results can be both quantitative and they can also be qualitative. Okay, they can be quantitative and they can also be qualitative. All right. And so quantitative result is, when you see that a client has sold something at a high level, or, hit their annual revenue goal, 10K months, 20K, 50K months, 100K, whatever, or more. But there's qualitative results, and all my clients experience both, truthfully. So if I'm able to shift your mindset and get you to step into a higher version of yourself, that's a qualitative result. And, sometimes we are afraid of our greatness. We're afraid of stepping into that highest level. We don't know what it looks like. And I think that one of the things that I'm really great at is supporting my clients in stepping into that higher version of themselves and showing them how to, and holding them accountable to being the giant that they are. All right. Tonight was a live Q&A. Did you guys get value? Did you get value? Any ahas or takeaways before we sign off tonight? I do have to announce a winner. So now we know that this winner is between, I've been keeping notes, between Tina and Constance. Okay. And between Tina and Constance. Okay. Tina and Constance. Okay. And so it's so funny because it's both of you guys, and you both brought people here, and they both your people were amazing. Okay. And so I don't know which one of you guys who had more comments. So I'm gonna just be who I am and say, you get one and you get one. Constance and Tina. How about that? Okay, you both get that. What you need to do is write redrickteam@gmail.com. I'll give you both a private consult with me, and I'm excited to do that. I appreciate you for being the giants that you are, sharing, bringing people here, because we know that if we really truly care about people in our world, then we'll share what is great. Okay, so I want to congratulate you. I couldn't figure it out, truthfully, and I was trying to keep little notes on the scorecard, but you both were so amazing. How could I do it? And Lois says, I'm in, and I am bringing a sister friend with me. Blessings. I can't wait. It's great to do the training with others. We've had many people who've done this. Tina, Mia, thank you kindly for the session, and everyone that shared testimonies, powerful, awesome. And you know why I always do that is because we don't know what's real. You don't know what's true today. A lot of times, a lot of things aren't true. So what I try to do is show you, right? And it's not just show and tell. If I tell you what I do, then I should be able to show you that I do it, right? And that's super important. Lisa says, my husband is making cookies out of our home that is doing really good. How to market in stores with so much competition? Well, the first thing is not to focus on the competition, because that's a scarce thought. The reality is that if I sold cookies and they were really good, then I would focus on what market might need my cookies that don't have cookies. So for example, I'm just playing with this for a minute, right, Lisa? Just thinking outside the box. So I'm never going to sell anything thinking about how I can't sell it. I'm going to first think about, like, man, what kind of gifts are companies sending to people right now? Is there something that he can do to package what he's doing so that he can maybe sell his cookies, right, to corporations that want to give gifts to their employees who had a really tough time, or many of them are working from home to build connection, things like that. Think about how can he take those delicious cookies, right, and how could he partner with someone that really wants to give a gift that might be cookies. All right, that's how I would look at it. Lois says, I trust this program will work for a real estate agent. Yes, it will. Yeah. You'll learn many things about how to package what you're doing in a different way. You'll learn how to market differently. You'll learn how to close in many ways. I've worked with several clients who are real estate agents. I've worked with several clients who are real estate investors even. Tammy says, yes, this was amazing. I appreciate you for sharing your aha, your takeaway. And Tina says her aha was stand in your value. And I can tell you that this is just the peak of what this could be. Like, it's just the tip of the iceberg, really, because the way I break down how to stand in your value, you'll forever change when you come to understand it. And Tina says, thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Laura says, congrats, Tina and Constance. Laura, I didn't know what to do. Okay. Cause I had this little sheet right here and I was like, I could surely do this, but I just couldn't keep up because they were just go-givers and they both deserve that. It's an honor. Tina says, God bless you. Ready. Okay. Awesome. Sheila, congrats, Tina. Right. I love that. And Constance. And this is a huge blessing. How about that? Thank you, Mia. Loretta says, I'm so glad that you joined me tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you were right here. And I appreciate you for being here. I don't get to do a lot of live Q&As, but I love it. And I'm glad, Sheila, that this was very rich information for you because I never will waste your time, right? Never, ever. And Tina says, thank you with the heart. I appreciate it. So I'm going to post a link here for the Giant Experience Masterclass training. Remember, when you sign up, you get immediate access to the training. So there's no reason to wait. And Tammy says, I will be joining. Awesome. And Fonda said, would it work for someone that worked as a manager in corporate America for many years? Well, I came from corporate America as a corporate trainer. Yes, absolutely. Because what you learn is how to take whatever it is you come with, whatever your experience is, and different ways that you can package it and sell your knowledge. And a lot of times people don't understand that what you know is very valuable, right? If you can transfer what you know to others and know how to put it in a system. Kiana says, this was great. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Laura writes, thank you, Mia. I've been getting a lot of coaching pitches online and keep coming back to you for your gravitas and authentic style and the testimonials. See you soon. I'm excited. I appreciate what you said there. Awesome. So, and I think the other thing is that one of the things that my clients will say is I teach them to sell by being yourself. Okay, you don't have to be a character. You don't have to fake anything. You don't have to rent anything. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just have to be yourself. And people are attracted to, the people who are meant to work with you are attracted to you because you are you. All right. They're not attracted to you because you rent a limo or, you know, how people do all of that kind of stuff. They're attracted to you because you are you. Tell the truth in your marketing and you'll attract more. Okay. I love you. All right. And I posted the link here. I hope to see many of you June 7th through 11th. Live, right, on at the Giant Experience live. But remember, you get immediate access to the training. So don't wait to register. I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing weekend and talk to you soon. Have a good night. Bye.